Good morning and welcome to the second last session of Winter Camp, Gurushala's 2024 Winter Camp. गुड मॉर्निंग आप सभी का स्वागत है विंटर कैंप के सेकेंड लास्ट सेशन में। आगे बढ़ने से पहले हम थोड़ा सा गुरुशाला के बारे में जानेंगे। वील नो अ बिट अबाउट गुरुशाला। सो Gurushala is an initiative of Interstars and Vodafone Idea Foundation, and it is implemented by Pratham Education Foundation. So, the theme for today's session is fun with English. I hope all the kids are ready to have fun with English and learn new concepts and new activities. So, Mansi, yes, let's start with the riddles. Before we do that, here are a few things that you need to note. All the ideas and the concepts and the activities that will be shared here with you, you can note them down. You can keep a pen and paper, you can write them and keep it with you. Also, feel free to ask questions. If you have any question in between the session, you can feel free to ask them either in Hindi or in English in the comment section. Also, sign up on Gurushala for regular updates on trainings, workshop, and competitions. With this, we'll move forward and we'll start with the riddles.
Okay, so I'm sure that everybody here loves riddles, right? So let's start with the first one. The first riddle says, I have a head, a tail, but no body. What am I? We have Arun with us and Udvita, Ridul as well. So I have a head, a tail, but no body. What am I? Any guesses?
Ma'am, is it a pencil?
Is it a pencil? Udvita, was that you? Who answered a pencil?
Ma'am, I.
Ridul? No, it's not a pencil, Ridul. Udvita, do you have a guess? Arun?
No, ma'am.
No guesses? Okay. So, the thing that has a head, a tail, but no body is a coin. A coin has a head and a tail, right? We flip the coin to know which is the decision. So, it has a head and a tail, but no body. It's a coin. Great. So, the second one is what comes once in a minute, twice in a moment, but never in 1,000 years? Think hard. What comes in a minute, twice in the moment, and never in 1,000 years? I will give you a hint. Look at the word minute and moment. Any guesses?
Ma'am, seconds.
No, but that's a good guess. Think again. Any guesses?
Ma'am, is it M?
Yes, Ridul, you're correct. It's the letter M. Good job. So the letter M comes in a minute and in a moment, but not in 1,000 years. Okay. So now let's start with our session.
Yes. So we'll start with the session, and the first thing that we'll know today is what is a vocabulary. All of you somewhere know that what vocabulary is. Vocabulary basically refers to a set of words that a person is familiar with and uses in a particular language. There can be vocabulary in Hindi, in English, and various languages that are there. You use them in daily life, and there are also new vocabulary that you learn in your school, in your classroom. It encompasses a person's knowledge of words, including their meaning, pronunciation, and usage. So vocabulary is basically a word. You know its meaning, and you know also how to pronounce it and how to use it and where to use it. That is what vocabulary is. Now there is two types of vocabulary. One is active vocabulary and another one is passive vocabulary. So any one of you know what is active and passive vocabulary? So, okay, the words that you use in your daily life, like regularly when you're talking, like I am talking right now, I am using all these words. These are active vocabulary which are used in daily life. But the words that we know their meaning, but we do not use them in daily life, are known as passive vocabulary. Okay, so there are two types of vocabulary, active and passive. Active is the one that we use every day and we use it in our conversation and communication, while passive vocabulary is something that we can understand, we know its meaning, but we do not use it in everyday life. With this, we'll try to know how you can improve your vocabulary in daily life, what all you can do in your daily life to improve vocabulary. First is that you can read newspaper daily. All your parents and teachers tell you to read newspaper. This is because it gives you knowledge as well as it introduces new form of vocabulary and words. You also try to understand its meaning. So one way is reading newspaper daily. Second is engaging in conversation and discussion with your friends, family, or classmates. So you have friends, you have family, you have classmates. You can talk to them. You can engage in conversation. Sometimes, for example, if I and Ridul and Udvita are talking, I will say some new words. Ridul will say some new words. I will get to know some new vocabulary, and Ridul will also get to know some new vocabulary. Apart from this, you can read storybooks because everybody likes stories. So you can read storybooks with new vocabularies, new words. You can watch movies and you can play word games. So everybody play different games. You download them from Play Store, right? So few word games are also there, like crossword, puzzles, and everything. All these word games will help you to build vocabulary. So these are few things that you can do in your daily life to improve your vocabulary, build it, and also learn new words. And also through conversations and discussions with your friends, you can pass your knowledge to your friends. So, before we move forward, we'll play some activities that will help you build your vocabulary. And you can play this activity in your classroom with your classmates and also with your friends. You can play these activities with your family members also. So, these are fun activities and it also helps you to build your vocabulary. And for these activities, I will request you to answer in the comment section also over here. So the first activity is word association. What do we do in word association is we connect the dot. For example, if I say sun, what do you know about sun? Sun is hot, sun shines. So the next word that you have to say it should be associated with it. Okay? So let's do one example. If I say sun, Udvita will say something related to sun. Udvita, can you say something related to sun?
Ma'am, hot.
Hot. Ridul, can you say something related to hot?
Um, uh, Ma'am, yellow in color.
Yellow. Okay. If you say yellow, I'll say sunflower. Sunflower is yellow, right? And if I say sunflower, Udvita, can you say something that is related to sunflower? Mansi, would you like to try?
Ma'am,
Related to sunflower.
Yes.
Um, Petals.
Petals. Udvita, can you say something related to petals?
Ridul, can you try something related to petals?
Ma'am, beautiful.
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 So we'll start again, and this time, Ridul, you can say the first word. Any word.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, Navratri.
Okay, Navratri. I'll say the next word, festival. Mansi, would you like to go next?
I will say food.
Food. Udvita, would you like to say anything related to food?
Yes, ma'am.
A word related to food.
Ma'am, eat.
Eat. Okay. Now we'll start the final in the next round with Udvita. Udvita, would you like to say any new random word?
Ma'am, a new random word.
Yeah, anything, any word.
Building.
Building. Okay. Ridul, can you say something related to building?
Ma'am, bricks.
Bricks. Okay, I'll say cement. Mansi, would you like to say?
I'll say paint.
Okay. So this is how you play this game. You have to say associated words to the word that the person before us has said. Okay, so this is a good game. You can play it with your classmates, your friends, and also in your family. Okay, with this, we'll move to the next game, which is vocabulary charades. All of you have played Antakshri. You know how to play Antakshri? Udvita, you know
Yes,
how to
ma'am.
play
Yes,
Antakshri?
ma'am.
Okay, so what do? We sing a song and the letter that it ends with, you sing the next song with it, right? But in this, instead of songs, we'll say words. For example, here is an example. The word is mouse. Mouse ends with E. So the next word is ear. Ear ends with R. Then the next word is rat. Rat ends with T. So the next word is train. Train ends with N. So Ridul, would you like to say something with N?
Ma'am, nose.
Nose. Udvita, something with E.
Ma'am, elegant.
Elegant. Mansi, something with T.
Tree.
Tree. Okay. E, something with E. Elephant. Ridul.
Ma'am, tree.
Sorry.
She said tree.
Tree. Mansi already said tree. Can you try something new?
Ma'am, tiger.
Tiger. Udvita.
Ma'am, Russia.
Russia. Okay. Great.
Wonderful.
Apple. Mansi.
E. I will say eat.
Eat. Okay. So you got how to play this game. So we'll do one more round. Somebody else can start. Udvita, do you want to start?
No, ma'am.
Just say a random word, Udvita.
Random
Any
word.
word.
Okay, ma'am. Wow.
Wow. Okay. Ridul, would you like to go next?
Ma'am, what Udvita has said?
Wow.
Wow.
Ma'am, right.
Right.
Right. T
E.
E. Right. E. Okay. E. Escape.
Escape. Again an E. So I will say enchanted.
Udvita. D.
Direct. Direct.
Okay.
Dialect.
That.
Wonderful.
Ridul.
Uh, Ma'am, direct.
Di-
She has said.
T.
T.
Ma'am, tea. Ma'am, toes.
Toll.
Ma'am, toes.
Toast.
Toes. S.
I think she said toast.
Toes or toast, Ridul?
I think she said toast. Okay.
Okay, let's
T.
go with toast. Yes.
Uh, Trump.
Trump.
Yeah.
So with P, I'll say parrot.
Okay. So we'll do one last round with Ridul starting. Ridul, would you like to go first?
Okay,
Any
ma'am.
random?
Ma'am, elegant.
Sorry.
Ma'am, elegant.
Elegant. Okay.
Okay. Mansi, would you like to go next?
Elegance end with a T, so I will say tea, like the teacup.
Okay, T. A, I'll say air. R. Udvita. Would you like to say a word with R?
R. Ma'am, rare.
Rare. Great. Ridul, would you like to go next?
Ma'am, elephant.
Elephant.
Elephant. Okay. T. Uh, Trunk. K.
King.
King. Udvita, G.
Ground.
Ground. Okay. So this is known as vocabulary charades. How you play Antakshari is how you play vocabulary charades, but you just cover it or replace it with a word instead of a song. So let's move to the next activity, that is unscramble. Do you know what unscrambling is? Can you share what is it, Ridul? What do we do in unscrambling?
Udvita also was raising her hand.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
we unjumble the words.
Okay,
Yes.
unjumble the words. So we unjumble the words to make into a meaningful word that has a meaning. So here the words that are jumbled are name of animals. Okay, so the first one is done for you. The first one is camel. Can you guess the next three?
Ma'am,
The second
ant.
one,
Next is ant.
ant. Okay, great. Udbita, would you like to guess the next one? Or Ridul, any one of you? Yeah,
Ma'am, zebra.
yes, correct. And the third one?
Ma'am, tiger.
Yes, perfect. Great. So just like this, you can ask to unscramble your friends, or you can do it yourself. There are these games on Play Store also. So for example, you knew that these were animal names. There can be other things also like flowers, food, dress. Okay. So these are the three games that you can play in your classroom. You can play with your friends, at your family, and learn new words. Okay. So before we move to the next thing, I would like to ask which one was your favorite? Which game was your favorite? Udvita and Ritu.
Ma'am, this one. Ma'am, unscramble. Ma'am,
Unscramble. Okay.
second one.
Second one, the vocabulary charades. Okay, great. So you will play this at your home and in your school?
Yes, Mama, I've played this.
You have played
Ma'am,
this.
maybe.
That is great. Okay. So with this part, let's move to the next part.
Okay, so now that we have done activities around words, what do you make with a bunch of words? What happens when you put a bunch of words together?
Mama, sentence form.
Perfect, both of you, Udvita and Ridul. A sentence forms. A sentence is basically a group of words that make full sense, complete sense, right? Can we agree on that? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So, some things that we can make note of to identify what is a correct sentence. Number one thing is that in a sentence, the first word that will be there, it will start with a capital letter, which is very important to note. Okay. The second thing is that the words in a sentence should be placed in correct order. Just like we saw before this, it should not be jumbled, it should be in correct order so it makes a sense. Third is that the sentence will always have to stop in these three forms, either with a full stop, which is a dot, or a question mark, or an exclamation mark. It has to end with either of these three things. Okay. So, now what are the types of sentences? Have you both heard of simple, compound, and complex sentences?
Mama, I've heard about simple and complex, but not about compound.
Compound? Okay. Udvita, have you heard about simple, compound, and complex sentences?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so today we will learn about three types of sentences, which is simple, compound, and complex. Okay. So, first is what is a simple sentence? A simple sentence consists of one independent clause, means that it is not dependent on a sentence before that or a sentence after that. In itself, it is making full sense, and that is why it's called as a simple sentence, because it's simply identifiable. Okay, so it contains a subject and a predicate, which is a verb, and it expresses a complete thought, like I mentioned. So, for an example, the sun was shining. The sun was shining makes full sense, right? As a sentence, it does not need a sentence before that for you to understand, and it doesn't need a sentence after that. So, the sun was shining is an example of what? A simple sentence. Okay. So, can someone tell me what is the meaning of simple sentence?
Ma'am, a simple sentence is a sentence which consists of one independent clause.
Okay. And it does not depend on something before that and after that. That is how you identify it. Okay. Great. So, second part is a complex sentence. Now, you were saying, right, Fridul, that you have not heard of a complex sentence? So, a complex
Ma'am,
sentence,
about
yes,
compound.
compound. Okay. So, a complex sentence contains one independent clause and at least one dependent clause, which means it does not need a sentence before that, but it needs a sentence after that to make sense. Okay. So, for example, here, although it was raining, she decided to go for a walk. That is an example. Okay. This is the example of a complex sentence. That although it was raining is not a complete sentence in itself. Okay. So it's a dependent clause. It needs she decided to go for a walk. Only then this whole sentence makes sense. If you just say although it was raining, it's not a full sentence. It does not make any sense. So you must add she decided to go for a walk to complete the sentence, which is why it's called as a complex sentence. It's not simple, but it's complex. Now, the third part of this is called a compound sentence. Now, a compound sentence consists of two or more independent clauses joined by a conjunction. A conjunction is words like and, but, nor, so, yet. Okay? If there is a sentence which has these words like and, as, but, nor, for, so, or yet, you can easily identify that as a compound sentence. Okay, because they are joining one to two sentences using these conjunctions. Okay, so for an example, they are saying I wanted to stay home but my friends insisted on going to the party. Which is the joining word they have used here?
Ma'am,
But.
मैम
Correct. Ha, yes, Udvita?
मैम मैं अभी बटी सर
Correct. So, but is the word, the conjunction they have used to join these two sentences, which is why it is a compound sentence. Okay. Now that we have understood the three types of sentences, let's do a
excuse me,
small
ma'am.
activity. Yes.
Ma'am, could you please again explain the complex sentence?
Complex? Okay, sure. So now when we were talking about complex sentence, we were talking about one independent clause and one dependent clause. सिंपल में हमने क्या देखा? हमने देखा कि सिंपल सेंटेंस के लिए उसके पहले कुछ कहने की जरूरत नहीं है और उसके बाद में कहने की कुछ जरूरत नहीं है. उस सेंटेंस का उससे ही पूरा मतलब बन जाता है, तो वो सिंपल सेंटेंस है. अब कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंस में हमें एक और सेंटेंस की जरूरत पड़ती है क्योंकि पहला सेंटेंस पूरा सेंस नहीं बनाता है. जैसे यहाँ पे लिखा है although it was raining she decided to go for a walk. Although it was raining, kya in itself is it a complete sentence? No, right? It does not make any sense. There is no ending to that sentence. It just says although it was raining. So it needs a dependent. So this sentence is dependent because it's incomplete. So we have to say she decided to go for a walk, which is what makes it a complete sentence, which is why it's a complex sentence. Okay. Now, in the same type of a sentence, if you add and, but, or, if, yet, what will it become?
Ma'am, compound.
compound
Correct, both of you. It will become a compound sentence. Okay. Wonderful. Now let's mark. Now that we have understood all three types, first one, who would like to say what kind of a sentence is it? The
मैम
mountains are
compound
really beautiful and I really want to live there?
Ma'am, compound.
Correct. Wonderful. Good job. Second, we wanted to go to the movies.
Ma'am, simple.
Wonderful, Ridul. Udvita, you also said simple? Wonderful, both of you. Now, the third, the men painted the house all day.
Ma'am, simple.
Correct, correct. Simple. Udvita and Ridul, both keep your mics open so that you can answer quickly, okay? Now,
Okay, ma'am.
Ajay finished his work quickly and Anjali bought
Ma'am,
in the book.
Compound.
Ma'am, compound.
Compound. Wonderful, both of you. So quickly you have learned. Wonderful. Now, while I was studying for the exam, my sister was playing music in the next room.
Ma'am, complex. Ma'am, complex.
Wonderful. Great job. So now Udvita and Ridul have learned what are the three types of sentences: complex, compound, and simple. Anytime you're reading a book or a story or an essay, now you will know quickly this sentence is simple, this sentence is complex, and this is a compound sentence. Okay? Great. Now let's move on. What does the word sight mean?
Ma'am, see.
To see? Yes? Udvita, what does sight
Yes,
mean?
ma'am.
To see?
Ma'am.
Correct? Yeah. Now, we will read each of the sentence that is shown to us here and we will tick the ones that make full sense. Okay? So, the first sentence says, she puts slash gives me the book. Which is the correct word to be used here?
Ma'am gives me the book.
Gives me the book. Correct. Ridul, the next sentence is for you. We sing slash take in music classes.
Ma'am, we sing.
Sing. Correct. We sing in music classes. We don't take music classes, right? Correct. Now, he was or takes an apple for lunch. Udvita.
Take.
He takes an apple for lunch.
He takes an apple. He cannot become an apple for lunch, right? Okay, great. Now, the last one is for Ridul. I am ready to was slash sleep in my bed.
Ma'am, sleep in my bed.
Sleep in my bed. Wonderful. So now we have learned how to cite the right words, right? We know by seeing the sentence which goes where. Wonderful. Now, let's identify some more right sentences. Now, I told you that there are three things to note for in a correct sentence. First is that it starts with a capital letter. Second is that it has to end with an exclamation mark, a question mark, or a full stop,
Full
right?
stop.
Yes. So now, let us identify the right sentences here. Okay? First one, who would like to say? Udvita? Is it a correct sentence?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
मैम बिकॉज इसका फर्स्ट लेटर कैपिटल नहीं है.
और भी एक पॉइंट है इसमें.
यस मैम.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes,
Ma'am,
Ridul, go ahead. I छोटा है, correct. और Ridul?
Ma'am, full stop is not there and the sentence is not making a sense.
Correct, correct. It is an incomplete sentence because it does not have a capital letter. The I in the middle is a smaller form. It's a little I and it does not have a full stop, right? So it's not making a full sense. All right. Now, second one. My little sister is hopping like a frog. Is it a correct sentence?
Ma'am, yes, ma'am, it is correct.
Why is it correct?
Ma'am, because as we have read that that the sentence should have capital letter in the starting, and here M is capital, and also full stop is there.
Wonderful, wonderful. So it is a full sentence and a correct sentence because it starts with an M capital and it ends with a full stop. So it makes full sense. Udvita, next sentence is yours. What is your favorite color? Is this a complete sentence?
यस मैम.
Why is it a complete sentence?
मैम क्योंकि इसमें W ऑफ कैपिटल और मैम यहाँ पे एक क्वेश्चन पूछा गया है और मैम उसके साथ में क्वेश्चन मार्क भी लगाया है.
बिल्कुल सही, बिल्कुल सही. Very good. Now, next, Ridul, would you like to go?
Ma'am, it's not a complete sentence, and also A is not capital in the starting, and also it's not making the sense.
And is the sentence ending?
No, ma'am.
It's not ending, right? There's no full stop, there's no exclamation mark, there's no question mark. So nobody knows what sentence this is. Okay? So, Nandini, do you want to try the next one?
Yeah, sure. So I think it's a right sentence because it's starting with a capital letter and it's ending with a full stop. What do you
Wonderful.
think, Atul? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Vita is nodding yes.
Okay.
Okay, great. So this next sentence, I'll give it a shot. It says, "What a shame." It has an exclamation point, and it starts with a capital letter, which makes it a full sentence, a right sentence. So, "what a shame" here is the correct sentence. Now, Udvita, do you want to go for the next seventh one?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ma'am, incomplete.
It's incomplete. Why?
मैम क्योंकि यहाँ पे नो मैम कंप्लीट
Complete, right?
यस मैम
Because it has a a starting letter
मैम
is
कैपिटल
capital,
लेटर में फुल स्टॉप
full stop. Correct. Ridul, next one.
Ma'am, it's incomplete because ma'am, in my M is not capital.
But it has a full stop, right? Only the M is not
Yes,
capital.
ma'am.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am, and it is also making the sense.
Correct. So, yes, Udvita next.
मैम मैम अनकम्प्लीट
Incomplete. Okay. Because the first letter is not capital. Now, the last one. Can we have pizza for dinner? Can we have pizza for dinner?
Ma'am, it's complete.
It's complete, right? Why, Udvita? Why is it complete?
मैम क्योंकि यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन पूछा और मैम वहाँ पे क्वेश्चन का मार्क भी लगाया और मैम स्टार्टिंग में फर्स्ट लेटर कैपिटल है
बिल्कुल सही. तो क्या अब उद्विता और रिदुल मुझे बता सकते हैं कि वो सही सेंटेंस कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं? क्या 3 इंडिकेशंस होती हैं?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can I take?
पहला पॉइंट आप बताओ रिदुल, सेकंड पॉइंट उद्विता बताएगी.
Ma'am, the first point is that the first letter should be capital.
करेक्ट. उद्विता नेक्स्ट.
मैम वो जो सेंटेंस होना चाहिए उसमें 3 मार्क्स लगने चाहिए क्वेश्चन मार्क फुल स्टॉप एंड मैम एक्सक्लेमेशन मार्क
वेरी गुड. और थर्ड पॉइंट ये भी था हमारा कि इट शुड मेक सेंस, राइट? इवन इफ इट इज हैविंग अ कैपिटल लेटर एंड अ फुल स्टॉप, द सेंटेंस शुड बी ग्रामेटिकली करेक्ट, है ना? So these are the 3 indications that we will always look for while reading now. We will not make any mistakes, so that we will follow all these indicators. Wonderful. Now, the next activity is called stretch it. What does stretching mean? What does stretching mean? What is the activity of stretching? Yes, Ridul, Udvita. Stretching का मतलब आप सुबह एक्सरसाइज में स्ट्रेचिंग करते हैं,
Yes, ma'am.
है ना?
यस मैम
किसी चीज को एक्सपैंड करना होता है ना, स्ट्रेच करना. तो हम यहाँ पे वर्ड्स को स्ट्रेच करेंगे, ठीक है? तो इसमें what we will do is we will add more information to the sentences on our screen by telling where, when, and why. What are these 3 questions called? They are WH questions, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, these WH questions, they help us expanding a sentence. अगर आपको कोई छोटा सेंटेंस मिलता हो और आपको उसे और इंफॉर्मेशन ऐड करना हो तो हम उसे स्ट्रेचिंग कहते हैं, उसको स्ट्रेच करके उसको बढ़ाना, ठीक है? बट इसे बढ़ाते टाइम हम इसे याद रखेंगे कि we will maintain those 3 indicators of making the right sentence, okay? So, Udvita, first one you will try. It is called My Mom is Taking Us Shopping. Now, by using where, can you expand this sentence?
यस मैम
Go ahead.
Where mom is taking us shopping.
No. So, what I will give you an example. Mom is taking us shopping, or you can say, mom is taking us to the mall for shopping. तो उसमें where add हो गया? You are adding more information, right? By saying that my mom is taking me to the mall for shopping, right? So now when you see where, when, and what, you will not I modify the question by adding where, when, and what, but you will add the information into the sentence. Like how I added, mom is taking us to the mall for shopping. Okay? So, Ridul, do you want to try the next one?
Mm, Ma'am, the stores are closing. Ma'am, the stores are closing tomorrow.
The stores are closing tomorrow. Can you make it a little bigger?
Mm, Ma'am, the stores are going to be closed by tomorrow.
Okay, the stores are going to be closed by tomorrow. Wonderful. Great job. Udvita, yours is the next sentence. Take your time.
Ma'am, I need a time.
Yeah, go ahead. Take your time. Both of you can take your time and read all the sentences.
Ma'am, can I try?
Go ahead.
Ma'am, we are going to give dad's his favorite thing, which is a keychain.
Okay. So you can say, we need to find a keychain for dad's birthday. Yes? So the what element is added into the sentence? We need to find a keychain for dad's birthday. Udvita, did you
Ma'am,
have a similar sentence?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have a sentence for the third one?
No, ma'am.
Okay, think about it. You can think about it. Ridul, you were saying something?
no,
Okay.
ma'am.
You want to try the fourth one?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Ma'am, just wait.
Sure.
We need to find a gift which dad loves too much.
Very nice. Very good. Very good. We need to find a gift that dad loves too much. Wonderful. Let's try the fourth one. I will buy new jeans. You have to add when in the sentence.
Ma'am, I will buy new jeans when my mother will say.
When my mother will say. Wonderful. Udvita, do you have an example?
I will buy jeans when we will go for shopping.
Okay. Nandini, do you want to give this sentence a try?
Sure. So I'll say I will buy new jeans in winters.
Okay. So Nandini will buy jeans when it is winter time. I'll also try. I will buy new jeans when there is a sale. Okay. So I'll buy jeans when there is a sale, when the prices are reduced. Okay. Now the last one also, we'll all give it a try. Who wants to go first?
Ma'am, we may eat lunch in the five-star hotel.
Wonderful. Great job. Udvita?
We may eat lunch in a birthday party.
Wonderful. We may eat lunch at a birthday party. Okay. Nandini?
We may eat lunch in the park.
We may eat lunch at the new place that has opened near my office. Okay? So here, out of all the sentences, we have learned how to stretch it, right? We have learned how to add new information through the questions like where, when, and what. So the next time you feel like my sentence is a bit shorter and I need to add more information and make it a complex sentence, you can always add where, when, and what into the sentence. Okay? So moving on. Now, what do you do when you wake up in the morning? Your whole day. You get up in the morning, you get ready, you have your breakfast, you go to school, you come back, you do your homework, and then you sleep, right? This is your day. So now what I have done is I have jumbled a group of sentences. Okay? It describes your day from morning to night. Now you will read all the sentences and you will put them in the correct order. Okay? They are jumbled. So first you have to unjumble it, unscramble it, and then sequence it number 1 to 10. Okay? So I hope you have a piece of paper and pen with you. You can start noting which is the correct sequence. These are your sentences. You have 5 minutes. You can sequence it correctly and unscramble them. Have we unscrambled all the sentences?
Ma'am, last two are left.
Okay, okay. Take your time. Take your time.
Ma'am, done.
Done? Udvita, have you finished?
Ma'am, last three parts.
Okay, okay. Take your time. You have 2 more minutes. You can finish. Okay, should we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay, so before we start sequencing, we'll go one by one, Udvita and Ridul, and we will unscramble the words first. We will not sequence it first, only unscramble it. Udvita, what is the first one? You're on mute.
I get I get up at 6 o'clock.
Wonderful, wonderful, great. Ridul, what is the next one?
Ma'am, I have lunch at 12:30.
Okay. Udvita, next.
I have I have a shower at 7:30.
7:30. Okay,
Okay, ma'am.
wonderful. Ridul, next.
Ma'am, I go home at 3 o'clock.
Okay. Udvita,
I go school at 9:30.
I go to school at 9:30. Okay. Ridul, next.
Ma'am, I play football at 4 o'clock.
Okay. Next.
I work at 5:30.
Okay. Ridul,
I have breakfast at 7:30.
wonderful. Udvita,
I I s-
I have
I have
supper.
Uh,
yes, ma'am. I have supper at seven
7 o'clock.
o'clock.
Wonderful, wonderful. Ridul,
Ma'am, I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
wonderful, great. So we have all unscrambled all the words. Wonderful. So now let us start sequencing the words. Okay. Who would like to go first, Ridul or Udvita?
Ma'am, can I?
Sure, sure. Ridul, go first.
Ma'am, I get up at 6 o'clock.
Okay. Udvita, what is the next one?
Ma'am, uh, I have supper at 7 o'clock.
Udvita, supper is dinner. Okay. Supper is another word for dinner. It is had at an earlier time, which is why it's called supper. So, morning, what do we eat?
Ma'am, breakfast.
Breakfast. So, which sentence here has breakfast?
Ma'am, I have breakfast at 7:30.
Okay. And what do you do before you have breakfast?
Ma'am, shower.
Exactly. So, the second point will be point number 3, which is I have a shower at 7:30. Okay. So, Ridul, what is the third one?
Ma'am, I have breakfast at 7:30.
Okay. So, he has gotten up at 6. He has had a shower and he has had breakfast. Udvita, what is the next one?
I go school at 9:30.
Wonderful. Okay. Ridul, next.
Ma'am, I go home at 3 o'clock.
Okay, but what do you have before you go home?
Uh, Ma'am, I have lunch at 12:30.
Correct, correct. So, Udvita, which is the next one?
I go home at 3 o'clock.
Wonderful. Next one?
Ma'am, I play football at 4 o'clock.
Correct. Very good. Udvita, next. After he plays, what does he do? Do you do your homework after reaching back from playing? Yes.
Work
Yes,
So,
at
ma'am.
which point talks about work?
Ma'am, 7.
7. So, can you unscramble it for us?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I work at 5:30.
Correct. Very good. And the next one, Ridul?
Ma'am, I have supper at 7 o'clock.
Wonderful. And the last one, Udvita?
I go to bed at 10 o'clock.
Wonderful. Great job. We have unscrambled and sequenced 10 activities that we do in a day. Yes? So now we have learned so many things today, from vocabulary to sentences. Can Ridul and Udvita both tell us what all they learned today?
Ma'am, we learned
Ma'am, we
about
learn word games.
Okay.
compound.
We'll go one point. Okay. So first is Ridul.
Ma'am, we have learned about ma'am unscrambling the words and sentences, and also ma'am and also making it a sequence. And ma'am, also we have learned about simple, compound, and complex sentences.
Okay. And Udvita?
Ma'am, we had learned about word games, and
Mm-hmm.
ma'am, we learned about what is a sentence, and we learned about types of sentences.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What else? Anybody else?
Ma'am, and ma'am making a sense.
Okay, making sense out of it. Wonderful. Nandini, do you want to say something?
So, yes, to conclude, I'll say that today we learned about what a vocabulary is. There are two types of vocabulary, active and passive. And then we looked at three different games that we can play at our home with our friends and teachers also to learn new words and vocabulary. And then we learned about what a sentence is, the types of sentences, and different words for that. So now I think Mansi, we can move forward and do a quick tongue twister. So anybody knows what a tongue twister is? Udvita Ridul?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
What is a
so
tongue twister? Udvita, you were
Ma'am,
telling us
can I?
what it is?
Yes,
No,
ma'am.
no, you don't have to say this. You just have to tell us what a tongue twister is. What does it mean? जल्दी जल्दी बोलना होता है सेंटेंस को जो सिमिलर साउंड करता है.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Okay. So you want to give this a try?
Ma'am, can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Mom, Betty bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some bitter butter to make the bitter butter better.
Better. Wonderful. Good job. Udvita, do you want to give this a try?
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
Betty bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some butter. So she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better.
Wonderful. That was so fast and nice. Nandini, do you want to give it a go?
Sure. Betty bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better.
Wonderful.
Mansi, you want to try?
Okay. Betty bought some butter, but the butter was bitter, so she bought some better butter to make the bitter butter better. Yay! We've all given it a go. So the next one is, who wants to give this a try?
Ma'am, I.
Yes, go ahead. Udvita.
She sells seashells at the seashore.
She sells seashells at the seashore. Wonderful. Ridul, do you want to give this a go?
Yes, mom. Mom, she sells. Mom, she sells seashells at the seashore.
Wonderful, wonderful. Nandini?
She sells seashells at the seashore.
Great, great. So she sells seashells at the seashore. Wonderful. So now we have, come to an end of this English Fun with English session. And I hope that you've all had a lot of fun. Now, before you go, you must collect your your certificates, which you can get from your attendance forms on this button. So go click the button, fill your details, and you can get your certificates. So I hope that both of you and everybody who has joined us today had a lot of fun and learned a thing or two, and hope to see you in the next session and the final session tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye. Thank you. Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye, mom. Have a nice day.
Have a
Thank you.
nice
Bye.